Morrow. It is election eve, and this swing state feels like it is the centre of the US election universe at the moment. We have our team right across the United States for you this morning. We have James Morrow in North Carolina. We have Ross Greenwood in New York. We have Annalise Nielsen in Washington, D.C. and we have Peter Stefanovic in Florida. We'll get to the team in just a moment. But first, let me bring you up to date. Around 80 million Americans have already voted before Election Day even gets underway. I mentioned Pennsylvania because that's where we are here right now. And Trump and Harris have been across the swing states today. Kamala Harris, well, she's doing 3 rallies here today. It'll end here in Philadelphia. Let me just tell you about the history and what you're going to witness here behind me. These steps were made famous by Rocky Balboa. He, of course, was the underdog running up these steps at the end of that movie, made famous by Hollywood. And here they are. Now, Kamala Harris will hold her final celebrity-adorned rally here. As I mentioned, Sylvester Stallone, the ultimate underdog, and that's how Kamala Harris has cast herself during the campaign. But in her final days, she is certainly playing the winner. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of people lined up outside to get into this event, and it's a couple of hours before it even starts, and Kamala Harris is not expected to be here till late tonight, perhaps around 11 p.m. But it has got that energy about it on election eve. It'll be her final message. She will be on message, and there'll be no more of that underdog status. She'll be talking like a winner. Donald Trump, of course, has his focus on Pennsylvania as well, but he was in North Carolina earlier today, one of the swing states as well that he needs to hold on to, and he made the only pre-election eve announcement, and he's talking about 25% tariffs on Mexican goods.
If they don't stop this onslaught of criminals and drugs coming into our country, I'm going to immediately impose a 25% tariff on everything they send in.
Over the past 4 years, Kamala has orchestrated the most egregious betrayal that any leader in American history has ever inflicted upon our people.
Kamala Harris also tearing a path through Pennsylvania. She's been in Allentown and Pittsburgh, where we were just yesterday. She's trying to keep on message. There's always awkward moments in the campaign as well.
So, Pennsylvania, I'm here to ask for your vote. I'm here to ask for your vote. Pennsylvania, the race is not yet over. Okay, we got a lot of work to do, and we have got to finish strong. And make no mistake, we will win. We will win.
Okay, let's bring the team back in. When we say we've got you covered for this US election, we really have you covered. Let's go to James Morrow now. He has been in North Carolina. He's live for us. He was at that Trump rally this morning. James, great to see you. What are you picking up there?
Well, it's really interesting, Laura. What I'm picking up here is I think that Trump is going to, despite what Mick Mulvaney was saying beforehand, I'm going to disagree with him here. I think that Trump will hold North Carolina for a number of reasons, not the least of which is that the Republicans have a slight advantage in their early voting in this state. You know, you talked about 81 million votes been cast already. 3 million of those votes have already been here in North Carolina, and a slight majority of those over the Democrats were cast by people who requested Republican ballots. So that gives them a fair chunk of votes to start the night off with. And the other thing that I'm hearing, too, is that from people not just in North Carolina but other places we've traveled in the States, is that, you know, when Trump talks about policies like he was doing in that rally there before, they say, you may not like what he is saying, but at least he's saying a policy which I think stands in a bit of contrast to the way Kamala Harris has kind of tried to avoid policy, avoid press conferences, and, you know, go on the whole sort of celebrity endorsement route.